Charge 1, obedience to law. As a result of your 1/20/2012 conviction for first-degree sexual assault involving a minor and according to Connecticut General Statute Chapter 969, registration of sexual offenders, you are required to be a lifetime sexual offender registrant under Connecticut General Statute 54-252. 2024, Waterbury Police issued a warrant for your arrest for failure to register as a sexual offender, 54-252.
Mr. Rodriguez, you can take your mask off if you want. You're by yourself, unless you want to keep it on.
I'll keep it on. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on in here.
Okay. So good afternoon. My name is Officer Saunders. I'm a hearing examiner for the Board of Pardons and Paroles. This is a preliminary hearing concerning John Rodriguez, inmate number 379-0.
I love that you see me. I love you.
Welcome. And today, so I'm not ashamed to say this, I do not feel the slightest bit bad for this guy. Not one bit. And I would never, ever hope for someone like this to get parole. And for him to be saying, oh, I love you and everything, yeah, he needs to take some more accountability.
The state, not you, has the responsibility to show that there is probable cause to believe you violated one or more of the conditions of your parole. If I do not find probable cause, I will reinstate your parole, which means releasing you and placing you back on parole supervision. If I find probable cause and determine that the act is sufficiently serious to warrant revocation, you may be held in prison pending further proceedings. You should know that a preliminary hearing is an adversarial proceeding. Anything you say at this hearing can be used against you. This hearing is being recorded. The testimony of today's hearing will be taken under oath. Mr. Rodriguez and P.O. McNeil, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or solemnly and sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you shall give concerning this case is either the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
I do.
Thank you. Thank you. First, I will read you your rights. Then we will review the parole violation charges that the state and your parole officers bringing against you. Then I will review and identify exhibits filed for the record. Your attorney, as well as the state, will have an opportunity to address the issue of probable cause and the severity of the allegations. At the conclusion of this hearing, I will inform you of my findings, which will be based on the available evidence. Mr. Rodriguez, do you have any questions about the purpose or procedure before we begin?
No, ma'am.
You have important rights at this hearing, which I now will review with you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. You have the right to receive written notice of charges of violation. You have the right to review the evidence against you before this hearing. You have a right to submit evidence in support of your case. At this hearing, you have the right to call and examine voluntary witnesses and to cross-examine adverse witnesses. Do you understand these rights?
Yes, ma'am.
We now will review the charges that the state Europol officer is bringing against you and the information underlying each charge. P.O. McNeil, starting charge 1, obedience to the law.
Charge 1, obedience to law. As a result of your 1/20/2012 conviction for first-degree sexual assault involving a minor and according to Connecticut General Statute Chapter 969, registration of sexual offenders, you are required to be a lifetime sexual offender registrant under Connecticut General Statute 54-252. You are informed that you are required to return address verification letters that will be mailed to your last address every 90 days and that you must return the letters within 10 days of the postmark date. You are also informed that you must notify the registry in writing within 5 days of changing your address, and that failure to comply with these registry requirements was punishable as a Class D felony. On 1/19/2024, you were due to verify your address and failed to do so. Therefore, you are in violation of Connecticut General Statute 54-252. On 8/2/2024, Waterbury Police issued a warrant for your arrest for failure to register as a sexual offender, 54-252. On 5/30/2025, you were pulled over by Waterbury Police for a traffic violation and taken into custody due to the warrant for failure to register as a sexual offender, 54-252.
The state has filed the following exhibits, starting with Exhibit A, P.O. McNeil.
Is it Exhibit A, remand to actual custody order? Exhibit B, special parole conditions? Exhibit C, notice of parole violation? Exhibit D, notice of parolee rights? Exhibit E, parole violation report? Exhibit F, arrest warrant application, Exhibit G, sex offender advisement of registration requirements.
Counsel, did you receive the notice of parole violation report, and the other documents that were just marked for identification purposes?
Yes.
Counsel or Appeal McNeil, do you have any witnesses to testify today?
I do
No.
not.
At this time, the state will have an opportunity to make a short statement and testify with respect to probable cause and the severity of the allegation. Appeal McNeil?
I don't really have anything. I just want to add he has been compliant. He was also pulled for the same warrant around March of 2024, at which that time they were aware of his violation that he's been pulled in for now, and which he should have been served at the same time. So they wait a year till he comes back out and gets himself together.
I do understand what the parole officer is saying. He got himself together for sure. But a year ago, he decided not to register. And you know why? He probably did that to deceive somebody. He didn't want somebody to know that he was on that list. And that's why he didn't do it. And now he faked somebody into probably, being either friendship or relationship with him, saying, oh no, that's not me. And now he has manipulated someone into being in a relationship with him before even knowing it. And now they hear this sob story about, oh no, I didn't do this, and you see, I'm such a good guy because I got this job. No, throw him back in there. Let him learn his lesson.
He has a job. He finished DV, and then they pulled the warrant when it should have been served with the last warrant. So it's kind of like a disruption, in his life. The goal is for them to come out and, we help them, get acclimated. And this is just a disruption because he's been doing fine. So he's compliant. I've had no issues with him.
Thank you. Counsel?
I don't know what to say after those comments. I appreciate you putting that on the record, P.O. McNeil, because a lot of times that's not the way my clients get portrayed.
And sir, attorney, why do you think nobody's treating him the right way? Just answer that question. Why do you think?
I know you filed paperwork, but I just want to make the record clear. So this warrant, as indicated by the documents, it was issued on signed January 19th of 2004, and then it was actually issued in August of 2024. Is that correct, according to the documents?
Correct.
Okay, so we have January to August, and somewhere in the interim, I believe it's March, he's actually in custody, as you indicated, for a couple of weeks. So they know where he was at during that time, and they knew, as you already indicated, that warrant was there.
Correct. They knew about his violation with the last warrant that they served, because they actually mentioned it in the warrant.
Okay. All right. A release back into the community, and according to you, I apologize, this is our repeat. I want to make sure this is all on the record here. He's been compliant with his special parole conditions and sex offender registry requirements, correct?
Correct.
All right, I believe, thought I printed it. I think I left it on my desk. He was just recently verified, I believe, in April of this year. So he's currently compliant with his registration.
Correct.
Okay. Attending all required treatments and groups, correct?
Correct.
And he was just recently received a promotion at the pharmacy that he is employed, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So that being said, I don't think I could have said it better than P.O. McNeil. Is there a probable cause my client violated? Yes, I will concede that. There's a case pending in court. You know that. I know that. It's going to court next week on June 27th. I am asking you to please consider the second part of the equation you need to find. Is it serious enough that my client should be helped? The purpose of supervision is to rehabilitate, get them on track. Not from me, not from my client, from his parole officer who sees him on a regular basis. He's doing everything that's being asked of him. Why this warrant was not served and it was mentioned, I can't speak for the police, prosecutor, whoever needed to sign that. I know you, at your hearings, these failure to register warrants I'm not sure what's going on, but our office, we've discussed these old warrants are coming out more frequently now, and I can't speak to the other agencies, nor am I going to do that. But you have an individual here, as indicated by his parole officer. He's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. The warrant was out. It's 2024. He said he did get pulled over he didn't get a ticket, but no new arrests. He's currently registered. He's working. He's attending all his training. I am asking you to please consider reinstating his parole because he is on track. He's totally on track with everything he's supposed to be doing. Thank you.
McNeil, anything further?
No, I agree.
I'm just going to take a moment before I announce my finding.
Can I say anything?
Who's up?
John, I prefer. Is there something pressing you want to say?
Yeah, I would like to just say, that the last time I got given a chance, I took it serious, and I've been pushing myself, and then, I fell in love, and the person has been helping me all the time, reminding me, hey, don't forget, and like, if I could get bonded out today, like, I know that I'll go on the GPS until court is over, and like just anything. I just, I've been trying to stay on track and do everything I have to.
And John, no one's saying you're not on track. Unfortunately, this is an old warrant that popped up that you have to deal with now in mid-June of 2025. Your parole officer we put on the record, and I'm all right with the comments you just put on the record. No one's saying you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. If there had been new activity, new arrests for other conduct, you are on track. Your parole officer, I said, knows you a lot better than we do here, and she put everything I would put on the record. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
As stated on charge 1, obedience to law, probable cause was already established. So I make a finding of probable cause based on 6 exhibits B, E, F, and G. Mr. Reed, I understand that it sounds like you've been doing really well. Your parole officer is saying that, your attorney is saying that. However, this is not the first time you've been in this situation, right? Regarding the failure to register, I understand that now you seem to be compliant. I think you said as of April.
That's last.
But I do find it serious enough to warrant revocation, and I have also determined that you should be detained while you wait for your revocation hearing. And your revocation hearing will be scheduled upon the disposition.
Don't start crying now there, buttercup. Should have thought about that before you did some crazy shit with a kid. But anyways, this one was a hard one to get through. But you guys already know I wouldn't even leave you guys with a decision. I had to let you guys know that he got his parole denied. Have a great day. Stay blessed. And I don't know about him. We don't need him staying free. Have a great rest of the night, guys.
Of your pending case. So as soon as your case is resolved, your parole officer is going to file an addendum. They're going to inform us what happens at court, and you're going to come back for a revocation hearing. Okay? So once that case is resolved, we'll get that addendum and we'll be able to move forward with the revocation hearing.
Don, I'll be in touch to resolve the case. Do what you can to take care of it next week. I'll reach out to your attorney to kind of fill them in